All right, brother, you're on.
All right.
Huh. Do we need note-taking abilities?
You might after Juan's little exercise. You might want to. Yeah, you can just type in your phone as well. So the beauty of what we get to do with Juan is to be able to take what we imagine, what we desire, and actually put it into our minds deeper, and being able to see it from a more clear perspective. The nice thing about hypnosis that I didn't realize is that I would remember what I actually got to see. So even though while I was hypnotized, I may have been being guided, afterwards I got to remember. It was almost like a gift I got to take to go. That's the hope. So as we're here together, I'm going to just ask a couple questions that for you to kind of imagine. If you could have a gift of either more clarity in a certain area, a certain sense of achievement, a certain sense of peace or emotion or feeling, be able to go somewhere, be able to do something, be able to be with somebody or be with somebody in a certain way, what kind of things might they be? I'm going to write a couple of things for myself, but just kind of let that go through your mind of thinking, well, you know, if I could wave a magic wand and a certain area of my life could improve, or a certain situation would arrive.
Did you say a magic wand? I'm sorry.
A magic wand.
Oh.
Yes. J-U-A-N. So if you had a magic wand, what would he bring you? If you were to rub a bottle, and all of a sudden the beautiful smoke would emit, and all of a sudden Juan just straight ripped with a turban, like, what up? What may I grant you? What would you mention to your magic wand?
Don't get him too excited.
So that's right. Like, wow, I can see that. I can really imagine that. I feel like I'm hypnotized already. He is ripped. Nice. So what might come to your mind if you could just have a wish come true, a desire come your way, something be improved? Anybody? Anything? Yeah, of course. Mary.
I would like it so that for two things, that like I'm around people that are really angry, that I didn't get angry or start crying or freak out. It's really hard on me when people do that. I would love that if I could just control my emotions like that.
Okay.
One and two, I'd love it if.
So what kind of emotions would you like to have more of?
Calm, certainty and calmness, control.
Very good. Yeah, Evan. So yeah, let's do that. What is something positive that they want to move forward and towards, and then what is something that you're maybe feeling negative about, and you don't have to share if you don't want to. Just be thinking about it. You know, when you mention something negative that's going on in your life, you can put it down.
Yep.
You know, if it's something that it's easily shareable, but you don't have to. You know, it'll work just the same as long as you have it in your mind.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
I would like to get up on time each day and do my miracle morning.
Do your miracle morning?
Miracle morning, yeah.
Okay.
I want to be consistent again and get up on time and stop snoozing until the last minute.
That's a killer name, miracle morning.
It's not mine. Actually, it's a Palo Alvarez who used to work for Cartel and became a life coach. He wrote a book called The Miracle Morning, and he has a free audio online. You guys can go to miraclemorning.com. It's a 1-hour audio, and it tells you all about it. Honestly, so good. Like when I'm feeling my best is when I'm doing my miracle morning in January. I did it consistently. That was the most consistent.
Who is it? Who does the miracle morning?
It's a guy named Palo Alvarez, and he used to sell cut color guys, but he became a motivational speaker. But it's just nice because
emotionally flat.
It's really easy. It's a 1-hour thing, and it kind of combines all the different things you can do for yourself: meditation, journaling, affirmation.
An hour of power type of thing?
Exactly. It's just like our power, just structured differently.
Awesome.
Okay.
Like, are you talking about taking on other people's emotions?
I do that.
Right.
And I want to not do that.
Right.
And that's
why I'm like, I get you. He doesn't get you. He doesn't take on the other.
I can't get away from him. They're like my brother-in-law. I can't get away from him. And I get why he does it. So the thing is I can understand why people are upset, especially later on. But still at that moment, especially if I'm not in a good state or I'm tired, and I'm tired because I'm wrong. You know what I mean? So like, I need to be able to, like, my husband's yelling at me, not react. Just be like, well, that's what you do. Like my sister does. She's amazing at that.
Alright.
Julie, did we cover what you had?
Yeah. You know, remember when I gave that talk, the emotions talk? I can give you the sheets from that. Craig, didn't you say that that the emotion sheet had
I
really
love
helped
this sheet.
you?
He has it with him.
And one of my friends carries it with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, if you could check with her, I'll make you a copy if you want. And this has helped me when I have those kinds of situations. And then there's the other one that has a list of emotions too. But whenever you have an emotion, first, I'll send you the other one too. There's 2 pages. But there's 10 different negative emotions, and each one of them there's really a message to it.
Really?
Cool.
So that way you don't
Changes
take on other
already.
people's emotions. You can just change your perception and things like that.
Yeah, I want to change my perception instantly.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about it that I've been triggered. It's a trigger when they get upset that I just I've conditioned myself to automatically freak out. You know what I mean? From years of doing it. And so I want to condition myself to not freak out every time, so I never have to think about it. It just is automatic.
So I have a few things that can help you. What we're gonna do today, the couple exercises here, will help to some extent, or maybe all the way. But I have something that would be perfect for that. Something that I didn't plan to do tonight, but you know, if we have time afterwards, maybe I do a quick little something for you.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
The magic wand.
The magic wand.
The one and only.
Your wish is my command.
As you were to rub the bottle and the magic wand comes out.
I like that. I mean, that's definitely my issue. Like, instead of reacting or taking on, mirroring someone else's emotion, that I can stay calm and disconnected
Disassociation.
from other people's stuff, and still helping them and compassionate, but disconnected.
Do you have it when you talk to people and they tell you your problems, then it might stay with you for days?
And I actually get physical.
Me too.
I do physical stuff too. So like, I know that I have a gift. I just don't know how to disassociate with me, like separate it.
That's exactly how I feel.
So, since we're talking about that,
we need to change the approach and just do something like that. We'll see what everybody comes up with. But yeah, we can do whatever. I'm open.
I would say my main one is staying in state for longer.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Like I've been in that state and I know like I act differently in it. Like I've come to notice that I act very differently.
And people like you in that state.
Yeah.
And what's one? I mean, I can just see your body as you say, stay in state. the smile just radiates. And like, stay in state. Yes. Yeah. What would you sum up in state? What are some of the words that you might think of when you think of the state that you're desiring?
Like passion, energy, certainty, outgoing.
Does she have a name?
No.
Great.
What would her name be if she had a name?
You mean something I don't think I like.
Radiant.
Radiant?
Oh, I love it.
Radiance is good.
What color would she be?
Pink.
What color in the bag?
There's a pink.
Heather, I think you can make some of those and make pink.
There's a pink?
Yes, on the bottom. Reddish pink.
Well, I call it red, but do you think that's pink? I'm totally down with that.
Okay.
From through the bag, it looks pink.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You could be.
Okay. Is radiant
Red is
okay with
good,
red?
Yes.
All right.
Just this one.
All right. I like radiant. I like where this is going.
Like that.
Yes.
All right. But
I would like, maybe you guys can help me get a little clarity on this, but similar to you, I'm in a great state today. In the last, just a couple days really. Before this, 2 weeks ago, kind of tough. And what I noticed recently was that I was able to have more focus in work in terms of just sit down and keep it simple and move through it, as opposed to sit down and then start that way and then get caught up in my head and like go through all these paths, and the work takes like much longer. So I'd like to do that more. That's kind of one. And the other piece is being more comfortable with new things faster. Being more comfortable with uncertainty faster, because right now in the universe, things are arriving faster than I expect, and I'm realizing like, whoa, it's right here, and then I'm holding myself back because either I'm scared, like scarcity sets in, or fear of failure sets in, and then at the end result, I'm just not that comfortable, and so I feel like I have to wait to kind of get used to this, and then I can go. But I would like to just,
we're all meeting right
it's
now.
here, see that, it's
Craig here, Mary, Julia, Jessica,
I do that
Viva?
sometimes.
And Nate's coming over too.
I don't know what's the central theme.
One's gonna do it. One's gonna do a hypnosis session.
Taking action and focus.
I guess. Well,
So yeah,
I'm taking action. No, well, I'm taking action, but it's a different.
It's just being more comfortable at being uncomfortable.
Yes.
Yes. Being more willing to step out of their comfort zone to.
What's going on right
Getting
now?
out of certainty. Uncertainty.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, I have problems getting up in the morning recently. Like especially the last 2 months, I don't know what happened. But
Did you watch that video? Didn't somebody post it on the group? That video about getting up in the morning?
Oh yeah.
Rise and shine.
Yes.
It was. Yes, it's very motivating.
Which video is it?
I'll send it to you.
Yeah. Have you guys seen this?
I haven't.
Okay, then play it.
I love that
I
we're
think
all
I have.
I watched it. I loved it.
We're all like looking at a little phone.
Like
you were the one that's
right there.
Searching for signals. Yes. Are you guys ready?
Rise and shine. 6 a.m. and your hand can't make it to the alarm clock before the voices in your head start telling you that it's too early, too dark, and too cold to get out of bed. Aching muscles lie still in rebellion, pretending not to hear your brain commanding them to move. A legion of voices are shouting their unanimous permission for you to hit the snooze button and go back to dreamland. But you didn't ask their opinion. The voice you've chosen to listen to is one of defiance. A voice that says there was a reason you set that alarm in the first place. Amen. So sit up, put your feet on the floor, and don't look back, because we've got work to do. Welcome to the grind. For what is each day but a series of conflicts between the right way and the easy way? 10,000 streams span out like a river delta before you, each one promising the path of least resistance. The thing is, you're headed upstream. And when you make that choice, when you decide to turn your back on what's comfortable and safe and what some would call common sense, well, that's day one. From there, it only gets tougher. So just make sure this is something you want, because the easy way out will always be there, ready to wash you away. All you have to do is pick at your feet. But you aren't going to, are you? With each step comes the decision to take another. You're on your way now, but this is no time to dwell on how far you've come. You're in a fight against an opponent you can't see, but oh, you can feel him on your heels, can't you? Feel him breathing down your neck. You know what that is? That's you. Your fears, your doubts, and insecurities all lined up like a firing squad, ready to shoot you out of the sky. But don't lose heart. While they're not easily defeated, they are far from invincible. Remember, this is the grind, the battle royale between you and your mind, your body, and the devil on your shoulder who's telling you that this is just a game. This is just a waste of time. Your opponents are stronger than you. Drown out the voice of uncertainty with the sound of your own heartbeat. Burn away yourself down with a fire lit beneath you. Remember what we're fighting for, and never forget that momentum's a cruel mistress. She can turn on a dime by the smallest mistake. She is ever searching for the weak place in your armor, that one tiny thing you forgot to prepare for. So as long as the devil is hiding the details, the question remains, is that all you got? the answer is yes, and you've done all you can to prepare yourself for battle, then it's time to go forth and boldly face your enemy, the enemy within. Only now you must take that fight into the open, into hostile territory. You're a lion in a field of lions, all hunting the same elusive prey with a desperate starvation that says victory is the only thing that can keep you alive. So believe that voice that says you can run a little faster, and you can throw a little harder, and that for you, the laws of physics are merely a suggestion. Luck is the last dying wish of those who want to really get handled by accident. Sweat, on the other hand, is for those who know it's a choice. So decide now, because destiny waits for no man. And when your time comes and 1,000 different voices are trying to tell you you're not ready for it, listen instead to that lone voice at the center. The one that says you are ready, you are prepared. It's all up to you now. So rise and shine.
Nice.
That's awesome. I'm gonna get that audio and put it
Is there
on
anything
my
else you
phone.
need?
That should be your
Is that it?
Yeah.
It's called Rise
If
and
I wasn't
Shine.
in the
Yeah.
hospital, I told you my
Type Rise and Shine Nike.
Wake everyone up.
Nike.
I need to save that one.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Thank you for sharing, Julia, so that we might be able to have that video. Appreciate that. That help a little bit? I feel like you were back at UPW or back at some of those events that kind of, those little anchors, you know, they kind of fire off. You're like, oh yeah, I know my radiant. I know myself. I know what I can be. I know I've been masquerading someone who I'm not. Radiant's the true you. That's not the false you. That's the true you.
Yes, it is.
We put on other masks that aren't us. It's much easier to take off the masks that aren't us than try to be something that we're not.
Yes. Very true.
Yes.
For sure.
So do you feel like you have some tools that
Yeah. Yeah, if you guys are ready, I'm gonna lead you through a couple of experiences. So whenever
I'm
you
gonna sit
Hybrid.
where you
Yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Wanna get here?
Sure, you want to switch?
Everybody, let's do some power
Yeah,
dance.
you were-
Get ready
you
for
were-
it.
Yes.
Tell us
When
something.
did
Yes.
you leave?
Yes. 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 Yes.
Yes!
Because
Make your move.
would
Yes.
be disruptive if he comes in.
Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah. Somebody coming in?
Nate's still gonna be coming. So
Okay.
do you want to text Nate? Do we want to?
Yeah, text him and see.
Yeah, probably just text him and tell him to be really quiet with it. It doesn't matter. I mean, you all experienced hypnosis? I know you guys have, and I know you guys have because you've all been to UPW. But have you felt like formally hypnotized? No? Okay.
Kinda.
You have. Yeah. The thing is, hypnosis is so natural. You feel like you're right there, and people expect something different, so they don't get the changes that they want. When you understand that hypnosis is really natural and something we go through every day, you know, when you're in a daydream and you lose the place where you are, you take the wrong exit or something like that, that's a state of hypnosis. You know, it's just a state of focus concentration. So even if something breaks it, like Nate walking through the door or something, it's not a big deal. You know, you simply just go, okay, well that's Nate. We know it's going to happen, so it's not going to be a surprise to anyone. Right? It's one of those things you just go, okay, he's here, and then you go right back to where you are. Cool? So it should be fairly easy. We'll wait for the horse to get back.
That's great. He hasn't found the fan.
Nobody doesn't know. It's the first to go to the bathroom.
Yeah. The fan can help out a lot.
I know now. Thanks, Craig.
One minute help it off. We just kind of chill a little bit.
Whatever. Yeah.
No,
That's
yeah,
good. That's
no.
good. Well, I just want to make sure the video is working, but yeah, I think it'll be fine. Either way, it's
Yeah.
okay, probably.
Just want to kind of put people on to kind of chill.
Yeah. You
Open
can
Oh,
set
set
maybe
it
we
out.
should put our phones off.
It's all good.
Better, I think.
Yeah.
I think girlfriend should find it.
When you're between two fellows, it's like.
It's not a terrible place, yeah.
Yeah, just make sure you're in a place that's comfortable. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6.
Is he on his way, or did he?
Yeah, he said he'll know. He'll be
6
fine.
people, huh? I thought we're gonna have like a huge turnout. I mean, it's my, you know, it's my stuff just not even good to give away. What's going on?
I actually was
Alright,
just
hang on,
about
hang
to
on.
leave.
Before you freak out, that's just an example of a story that we tell ourselves, right? I could come here and go, man, 3 empty chairs, really? Is my stuff really not good enough? You know, or I could just come and say, well, I have 6 people that are ready to listen to what I have, and you're going to change, and it's going to be awesome, right? So that's the attitude, and that's the focus that I want to help you have today, okay? And you already know this because you've been to Tony Robbins, you know, and he does 4 straight days of this or 8 straight days of this. So, you know, there's a lot of overlap, and you're all very good at what we're going to do today already. So, it should be really simple, okay? So, I want to talk to you about those thoughts that we have. You know, that story that I just told myself about, oh, there's only 6 people here, they don't like me. Is my stuff just not even good enough to give away, you know, and everybody? You felt that, right? When I said it, you probably went, man, that really sucks. You know, and it's just focus, right? So the thoughts that we have make us have a feeling, have an emotion, you know, something inside that either feels right or it feels wrong, right? And when we're feeling right, what kind of actions we take? We take good actions, right? We take productive actions. We do things that are constructive and good to our life. Then when we're feeling bad, what actions do we take? Not so good, right? Like if I had told myself that story about only 6 people here, then the next action would probably be to give you a really bad speech, right? Which would result in really bad results, which would be you not getting what you came here to get, right? Which is inspiration, growth, build up, whatever it is that you want to achieve out of today, right? Out of all this list that we have, yeah? So our thoughts directly affect our results, right? That's the premise of my business and my speaking business is thoughts into results. That's the name of it. So thoughts and feelings lead to actions, and those actions lead to results, either positive or negative, depending on what kind of feelings we're having. Okay, so what I like to do today is help you focus those thoughts into positive stuff, into all the things that you do want, so that all the things that you don't want can just go away. Yeah, because what we focus on increases. Right? So if I can teach you today how to be mindful, for example, like you're talking about having difficulty with dealing with angry people, you know, getting into that state. If I can teach you to be mindful and sort of, like you said, dissociate yourself from it a little bit and go, wait a minute, that's their life. I mean, it sucks, right? Granted, it sucks. I can have empathy for them. I can say, hey, I'm sorry about your situation, but I don't have to take those feelings on, right? Because that sort of transference that you're getting from somebody else's feelings, I mean, why would you give them that much control over your life? Right? Mm-hmm. Is something that you have control of. So it's shifting your thought from what you were telling me. Every time that I talk to somebody, they give me this negative energy, and I get these bad feelings inside, and it makes me feel bad. And I don't want that, right? Focus, right? You're focusing on the things that they give you that are negative. How about thinking when I'm with somebody and they're having a tough time, they're having challenges, they're talking to me, and I'm being able to provide some solace, some help for them. I'm doing a great thing, right? I can help them get out of that mood as opposed to let them bring me into the bad mood, right? So it's a matter of focusing your energy. So today with this little exercise that I'm gonna do, it's called, well, I call it the mirror. I explained to you, since you've been to the seminars, I kind of explained to you the process a little bit so you'll be able to follow it. Should multiply the change. It should make it easier for you to go in knowing kind of what to expect. I do this process that is called future pacing. It's a standard NLP and hypnosis process, which is going into the future, visualizing yourself in the future as you want to be. Okay? And today we can do it with just these things. If you want to just visualize yourself getting through these challenges, or if you want to visualize yourself getting through much more and just you're reaching all your goals, 5 years down the road, you can do that. Okay, so I'll give you the option as I go through the process of imagining this mirror and going through to the future, basically in your imagination. I'll give you the option, and you can do either something short term that you wanna see through, or something that's long term, like I wanna imagine myself the best I could possibly be, and then go from there. Okay, so that's one of the things that we're gonna do today. So in order to get to those results, to the results that we do want, if we want to affect the results that we want in a positive way, we have to start with positive thoughts, right? Positive thoughts being just focus. I'm not talking about positive thinking like, I want to win the lottery, I want to win the lottery, right? Because thought without action is really nothing. But I'm talking about thoughts that are positive about yourself, self-talk that is generally negative. Like if I had said, oh, only 6 people here, this is gonna suck, I can't believe this is all we have, if I do that, or if I say, man, I have 6 people here that are awesome, ready to go, and they're just excited, you know, I can feel it, they're radiant, they're just excited to get this information and really take it to heart, right? So it's about focus. So we're going to do that. We're going to focus on the future, and then the next thing we're going to do is going to take away something that's negative in your life. Yeah, it could be a negative energy, it could be something that is bothering you, just something that you feel negatively about, whatever negative means for you. Okay? And the way we're going to do that is we're going to turn it into an object. Because I find that when you are able to dissociate yourself from the feeling you have inside and sort of take it out and look at it as if it were an object, and then we change that object, it completely scrambles what you were thinking about before. Okay? So those feelings can never be the same. Once that vision that you had of those feelings is different. You understand? So it's kind of a 2-step process. So that's how I'll lead you through it. So find a nice, comfortable spot. Your legs hanging out. You're gonna be comfortable there?
No.
Okay. I mean, if you are, it's fine. I'm just making sure. Sometimes if you're holding like this, you might your leg might kind of go numb. Yeah. Just get comfortable. Evan's already. Let me see how this music is working.
There's a crack here, and if I don't sit in the crack,
We
Go
literally
for
look
it.
on each other.
Say no to crack.
Yeah, it's true.
Say
We're
Okay.
all like giving each other massages.
And
One
we're
thing,
like-
are your phones either silenced or in
Yes.
airplane mode or
Only
something?
two, so
Yeah.
it's not better either.
Excellent. I put mine on airplane too, so should be good.
I'm ready to board
And
the
does-
WAN airplane.
This
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for flying Home Airlines. Welcome. Alright,
that's good.
We'll do a fan.
we'll do a little more. Alright, does anyone have any sort of issues visualizing? I mean, you're all pretty good. If I lead you through an experience, you'd be able to go in it pretty easily, I imagine, yeah? Yeah, look at that. She's doing it. You people are gonna be goners in a minute. Here we go.
Wait.
You're gonna be Goodbye.
Yeah, just get relaxed. Make sure your hands are not crossed, your feet are not crossed. You know, you just that way your body is open to all the energy flow and feeling good. All right? Cool. Let's start.
Okay, wait, hold on.
Who's Zach? Control from here. No, maybe not. Okay, so let's just begin by taking a couple nice deep breaths, and if I notice the music's too high, I'll turn it down in just a moment. Just begin breathing nice and deep, all the way in, breathing in relaxation and allowing a little bit more tension to leave as you breathe out, so that every breath in brings in a little more relaxation, and every breath out can take a little bit more of that tension, in essence relaxing you even more. And as you notice how your body just rests right where you are, you can feel what's underneath you, you can feel what's next to you. You can notice that you're fully present and just open to receiving. And as you do that, you can continue to focus on your breathing in relaxation. Feeling so good as you breathe in, noticing where that breath goes. Noticing it as it travels through your throat and down in your chest, and filling up your lungs with just energy-giving oxygen. Feeling comfortable as you breathe out a little bit more of that tension, a little bit more of those cares and those troubles of your day, and anything that could possibly be negative in your life as of right now, you can just breathe it out. Even if for the time being you can just breathe in relaxation, nice and deep, and then breathe out, relaxing every muscle, every nerve, every fiber. And as the newcomer joins us, you can just allow yourself to continue to focus on that breathing as you just relax more and more. Feeling comfortable about where you are, feeling comfortable about your surroundings. And just imagining what it would be like if you could multiply that relaxation by 3 or 4 or 5 times with every breath you take. And at this point you may begin to imagine that one activity in your life, that one thing that you absolutely love, that allows you to spend several hours doing it, and then you think, wow, that was just 20 minutes, and then you go, wow, no, it was really 4 hours. You know, we all have those things that we can get so involved in. Those things that can really take that notion of time away. All those things that just help you feel alive and help you feel like yourself. You're welcome to join us if you want. We're just starting. Or you can just listen, it's up to you. As you let that image of this thing that you love just move around in your mind, just pay attention to all the little details, all the things that make this a wonderful image for you, all the things that you enjoy about that activity. You might even be able to hear the sounds. If you pay close attention, you might actually feel those sensations inside, those emotions that this activity brings you. And whatever your activity is, what would it be like if you could just imagine that you're doing it right now? So that you can see things through your own eyes, hear things through your own ears, and feel things inside your body. And you know, the funny thing about feelings is that they're always inside in one place or another in our body. In fact, you may notice that a great feeling that this activity brings you might be in your chest, it might be in your throat, it might be in your stomach, just anywhere that allows you to feel so good, that allows time to just pass without you even noticing. And if you pay close attention to where that feeling is, you may notice that it's energy in motion. Because the only way we can feel is when that something inside of us, that energy, begins to move around. So if you could pay attention right now to that awesome energy inside, noticing where it goes in, noticing where it goes out, paying attention to whether it moves up or down, whether it moves in a circle, sort of in a cyclical motion, or which way does it happen for you. For some people, it radiates from the inside out. Some people feel it as if it were traveling through their veins, as they begin to feel that tingling sensation all over their body, just radiating from that center spot, that epicenter of that emotion. And as you feel that emotion, as you feel those sensations inside your body, and you're still in that wonderful activity that you love, hearing what you hear, feeling what you feel, seeing all the things that you love about it, you might begin to notice that feeling on your left foot. And when you do notice that feeling, that tingling or that change in temperature, or maybe that sense of just heaviness, that sense of extreme weight on your left foot, once you become aware of that feeling, just allow it to travel up your leg at a rate that is comfortable for you. For some of you, it may be really fast. For some of you, it might take a little bit longer. That's okay. Because we're all unique. And that's why we're here. Because we're all unique and we all have certain challenges, certain limitations. And some may argue that they're only things that we perceive as challenges and limitations. I like to think of them as stepping stones to get to whatever goals we're going after. So when you look at something that you might have thought it was an obstacle, you could help yourself by reframing that thought and just thinking, what a great opportunity to take that little step outside of my comfort zone and just move a little closer and closer to my goal. And as you find yourself in a really good mental state, you could bring back all those feelings, all those great amazing feelings from UPW. You know, all those times when Tony says, say yes, and you just allow those feelings to fill you up inside. So you almost feel that tingling all over your body and you just feel like it's going to explode. You know, when you have that energy, when you have that feeling of invincibility, that feeling that Tony describes as, get out of here, I have this, I can take care of this, because you know you can. You have all the abilities, you have all the resources inside to take care of anything that might be bothering you. And as I count down from 5 to 0, I wonder what it would be like if you could multiply this relaxation, both mental and physical, by 10 with each count. So as I go from 5 down to 4, you can allow each number and each breath to multiply this mental and physical relaxation to the point where by the time I get to 0, you'll be so deeply relaxed, so comfortable, and so focused inside of yourself that all the things in your surrounding can sort of take the back seat. They can sort of disappear and fade away as you allow yourself to only focus on the sound of my voice and this process that we're going through. 3, drifting all the way. 2, all the way inside, allowing each breath to multiply that relaxation, both physical and mental. 1, drifting into the most profound, comfortable state of relaxation and mental alertness that you've ever experienced. And 0. Find yourself at this beautiful basement of relaxation. And this basement is your own. This basement you can create as big, as open, as beautiful, as colorful as you want. This basement is something where you could spend so much time and just really enjoy yourself, even if you're doing nothing. So bring yourself into that beautiful basement and just think about the experience that you're having inside. Noticing that this place is a total place of awareness. It's a place where you can be aware of all the things that you feel, all the things that you hear inside, all the things that you see or visualize. And this place of awareness is amazing because this is a place where a lot of changes can take place. And in a moment, we're going to step down from 5 down to 0 one more time. Except this time, we're going into an even deeper place in your mind, the place in your mind where that awareness begins. The place where that awareness is created is the deepest part of your mind. So as we step down from 5 to 4, you can begin to form an image of a beautiful open field with nothing, absolutely nothing on it. To 3, drifting all the way. 2. And as that field opens up in front of you, 1, drifting all the way to 0. You can imagine yourself taking that first step onto this beautiful field of fertile soil. This field of fertile soil that is so deep inside your mind that anything that goes in it will be able to grow, will be able to become strong, and even bear fruit. And imagine if you were walking around in this beautiful field of fertile soil, that is that place in your mind where awareness begins. You might imagine just kneeling down ever so slightly, pulling up just a little bit of ground, a little bit of soil in both hands, just lifting it up and holding it in your hands and pulling it aside as if you were going to plant something. And as you do, imagine reaching in your pocket and pulling out this little packet of seeds. This little packet of seeds that contains the seeds of mindfulness. The seeds of just being mindful on a daily basis. So that as you empty that little packet of seeds down into that spot that you opened up on the ground, you can see all the little seeds down there. You can hear them as they fall down from the bag. And you can sprinkle a little bit of that soil back on top. That fertile soil until you've covered up all the seeds. And then just know that from this point forward in your life, you can allow that seed of mindfulness, that seed of being thoughtful before being reactive, that seed of being able to respond instead of react. You can see that seed grow into a seedling, then into a plant, and then into a tree as the session goes along and as your life continues from this day forward. So that you can always have that seed of mindfulness just present in your mind. So that as you go through life, just imagine maybe you're in traffic and it's something you can't control, so why let it take amount of space in your mind? It is something that you can go, well, so what? I'm in traffic. And you can just let go of the negative thoughts and maybe even enjoy being in traffic. You might be dealing with a client or dealing with a person that has this sort of negative energy that might bring you down at times. And during those times you can just step back and have that mindfulness, have that thought, have that presence of mind that allows you to know that you don't have to take any of those feelings with you. That it really is easy and it's in their best interest and your best interest to not take those feelings, because when somebody shares things with you that may feel negative, have you considered that maybe what they want is a little help? So how helpful are you being really if you allow yourself to take all those feelings on as opposed to giving off all the great feelings you do have? So that seed of mindfulness that you have now planted in that fertile soil where your awareness begins can continue to grow every day. And as you catch yourself succeeding with every day that passes, you may notice the next time you're in traffic, you feel fine. And then you feel fine because you have learned to control your thoughts. And as we spoke about, thoughts lead to feelings. Feelings lead to action. Action leads to results. So if we can affect the chain at the thought level, just imagine how powerful that can be for us. So that that ever-present seed of mindfulness can be with you from this day forward. And as you walk around after planting that seed, you walk around in that beautiful field, open field with nothing else around. Imagine if way out in the distance you could see something shiny. You still don't know exactly what it is, but it's something that piques your curiosity, so you continue to walk forward. And as you walk just a little closer, you begin to notice that it actually has a shape. And as you walk even closer, you may notice that it's a full-length mirror. Now you still have no idea, because you're too far. You still have no idea what is through that mirror. You still have no idea what that mirror really looks like until you get a little closer. So continue to walk a little closer. And as you do, notice the details of that mirror. Notice whether it has a frame, a wooden frame, a metal frame. Notice whether it's an oval or a rectangle or a big square full body mirror. Whatever that mirror looks like for you, it does not matter. It's yours. As you walk a little closer to that mirror, you may begin to see that image form right inside that mirror. It's an image of a person that has achieved those goals. Those goals that we talked about, and maybe even all the goals that you want to achieve from here till 1 year or 3 years or 5 years. Just imagine that person across the mirror is somebody that has achieved all those things that you want. It's somebody that has made all those goals a reality. And as you walk even closer to that mirror, you can begin to bring into focus that image. So that as that image comes into focus, you can take a quick look and realize, wow, it's myself. How cool. Across the mirror, there's this person that is me in the future, having achieved all these amazing things. And of course, as any curious person would do, you will walk a little closer. And as you do that, you can begin to pay attention to all the little details of this person. This person that so looks like you in the future. As you look at that person, you might realize, wow, that person has that certainty that I want. They have that calmness that I want. That person radiates. That person is able to deal with all the little challenges and little obstacles and little stepping stones so easily. That person has achieved so much that it's really a refreshing sight for you. As you look through that mirror, you can pay attention to all the little details that make that person such a great, amazing person. You might even look through that mirror and look at that person and say, you freaking rock. Feeling so good about that person that you are about to meet. And taking a look at that person, you might realize how comfortable this person is in their own skin. How sure of themselves they are, how easy it is for them to step out of that comfort zone. Because you realize that that's the way that that person has actually gotten there. By stepping a little bit more outside of that comfort zone. With every moment that passes, with every significant, meaningful moment that passes through their life, they have become more and more and have achieved all that because they've had the presence of mind to be able to step out of that comfort zone and take those calculated risks that you know can push you forward. Now I know you're ready to get through that mirror, so imagine what it would be like if you could just reach out and touch that mirror and feel it as if it was a sci-fi movie. You know, when the hand can go through the mirror and you just hear the electricity through it, just all that energy flow. And as you reach through that mirror, You can feel that on your hand. You can feel that on your wrist. And then as soon as you're feeling amazing about meeting this person, but not until then, you can go ahead and step all the way through to that mirror and step into that person's shoes. So once you're ready, once you're able to walk forward into that mirror and hearing that electricity, that energy just flow through your body, feeling it, hearing the sound of it, noticing the feelings that you get as you step into that body of that person that has achieved so much, that you in the future. As you're in that person's shoes, your shoes, you might imagine looking back through the mirror to the person you are today and seeing that person that you are today out in the distance, far enough yet not too far, close enough that you can actually tell what this person has gone through, what actions have allowed this person to become what you are across that mirror. If you were to look down at that person that you are today from that new vantage point of being the achiever, of having achieved all the things that you want, you could see that in that beautiful mold of this person that is just learning to achieve so much, there is all the potential and all the resources that you need. And as you look back at that person, you might see all the things that you've done to get there. You might see all the detours that you've taken in order to get there. You might even see some of the mistakes, some of the failures, if you will, that you've taken, and realize that all those little things, all those things that you thought were failures, were simply ways of your experience giving you feedback so that you could adjust and correct. And all those little adjustments that you've made through your life have gotten you to where you are today, across that mirror, feeling amazing, having achieved so much. And you may notice that being through this mirror, from that vantage point of having achieved so much, can easily just fill you up with that wonderful state of mind. That state of mind that you feel when you say yes, and you do your power move and it just builds inside of your body. Now I'm going to leave you just for 15 or 20 or 30 seconds to allow you to let those great feelings to internalize. And one thing that I want you to do while I'm quiet is to pay attention to the things around your life, the things that are outside of just your experience that have changed as a result of you achieving so much. Because one of the things that is important about change is to make sure that everything works in balance. So that if you're standing there and you're seeing that maybe your finances are great because you achieved so much, but maybe your relationships are not so good because you've been working so hard achieving so much, then you'll be able to know right now what it is that you need to adjust in order to be able to achieve that balance of health and wealth and relationships and activities and all those things that can balance your life to give you the most fulfilled and passionate experience that you can have. Knowing that getting there, getting through that mirror, achieving all those goals has been possible because of all your abilities and all your resources and all the things that you've learned. Especially that thing about staying in state, that thing about being able to change your mental state, because when we do that, we're affecting that thoughts into results cycle, that emotion cycle, at the very rudimentary, very beginning level of thoughts. Now I'll leave you in silence to recreate those thoughts and just allow yourself to feel so good, so accomplished, and notice all those things in your life now. You're all doing a fantastic job. I'm sure you're in a far away land, and as you hear the door opening, you can just allow that to relax you even more. Knowing that it's normal and natural, and that's why the state of hypnosis is so amazing, because you are present and you're here. You're not somewhere else where things don't matter. You are here and enjoying that experience, that internal experience that you're having. And as you allow those feelings to internalize, those thoughts that you had through this mirror experience, looking at your life from that vantage point of having achieved all those things that you want, take as long as you want in the next few seconds to step outside of that mirror back into today with a general knowledge and understanding of all the little things that have gotten you to achieve so much, with an understanding of all the little steps that you must take, all those actions that you must take. And knowing the actions that you must take, you must know what kind of feelings you must be having in order to take those actions. And now you might even be able to have a clear idea of what kind of thoughts you must have in order to create those feelings that are going to push you to positive, constructive, and productive actions to get you the results that you want. And as you step outside of that mirror back into today, back into that beautiful, fertile soil of your awareness, you might imagine just walking back, enjoying the nice, perfect temperature, enjoying all the thoughts that you're having for yourself, enjoying all the changes that are taking place inside of your mind right now, as you allow that seed of mindfulness to grow. And as you walk back out to that beautiful basement from this place where awareness begins, taking each step up just as fast or as slow as you're comfortable doing. You can allow yourself to know that anytime that you see the color green, anytime that you see the grass, anytime that you see a traffic light that is green, maybe a sweater that's green, maybe a salad that's green, anytime that you see the color green, you can allow your unconscious to remind you of this wonderful state that you can be in, to remind you of the person that you can become through that mirror. And as you get back to that beautiful basement, you can just focus back on your breathing. Breathing in relaxation and breathing out a little bit more tension, a little bit more of those scares and those troubles. Allowing every muscle, every nerve, every fiber in your body to deeply and completely relax. Noticing how each breath can revitalize every organ, every tissue, every pore in your body. So that as you feel that energy flowing through your veins, flowing all the way down to the tips of your toes and then back up, to the top of your head. You can allow your muscles to relax so completely, almost as if they were disconnected from your brain just for the time being, just so that they can fully and completely recharge. And as you allow all that energy that was in your muscles to flow outside of your body, maybe down into the floor, just letting it hit the charger for a few minutes, you may realize that it's impossible to move. Impossible to lift your hand. Is just so heavy because those muscles are just so relaxed, so tired, so disconnected. So you could even try to lift and notice that it's just so hard. And as you notice that energy that has flown outside of your body, just remain in that wonderful state. And know that you can come back to that state, this same exact state, anytime that I ask you to just go back to your basement. Just for the time of the session. Because in a moment I'm going to ask you to open your eyes and then close your eyes. And when you open your eyes, you'll notice that everything is normal. And as soon as you close your eyes, you can just take a nice deep breath and allow yourself to go twice as deep, twice as relaxed, right back into a wonderful basement. So I'll count to 3, and you can, on 3, open your eyes. 1, 2, 3. Open eyes. And close your eyes again and just feel so amazing. Allow yourself to drift and float and relax all the way inside. Back into this wonderful basement of your awareness. And in this wonderful basement of your awareness, there are a lot of things that you can do. One of the things that we can do today is to rid ourselves of some sort of negative feeling, negative energy. This is your basement. And in this basement, you make the rules. Nobody else but you. So as you step into this basement, you might begin to notice that one negative thing, that one uncomfortable feeling, that one thing that is bothering you in your life. It could be one of those people that transfers negative energy to you. It could be the idea that you can't wake up in time. Anything that you perceive to be negative at this point in your life. Just imagine where that is in your body. And notice if that feeling is in your stomach, in your throat, in your back, on your head. Where is that feeling? Just think about it for yourself and focus on that energy. And I know that it may feel negative, but I promise you I will make it feel better in just a moment. So allow it to feel worse for just a moment, just as a way to show yourself that you have complete control. If you were to focus on that negative image, negative feeling, negative thing that you have inside, and you really paid attention, and you really notice all the little things that make that thing such a negative thing, all the things you hear, you feel, you see, all the emotions that it brings up inside, that stirs up inside of you. Notice now that if you were to rate that feeling on a scale from 0 to 10, you could be pretty high up there. In fact, if you pay attention to where that feeling is and you allow it to move in the direction that it already moves, faster and faster and faster, you may notice that the more you focus on it, the stronger it becomes. And as you rate that from that scale, from 0 to 10, paying attention to where you are, just keeping that one number in mind for the time being, you can know that in a moment, you're going to feel so much better. You're going to feel amazing. So imagine right now that you are putting your hand right on that place where you feel that emotion. And as you put your hand in that place, you can do so physically right now, or you can just imagine that you're doing it. Imagine that all that feeling, all that negativity concentrates in that one spot right on your hand. And as you concentrate all that feeling right where your hand is, imagine how great it would be if you could just pull that feeling outside. Reach in with your hand and just pull it outside. And if you have it, just grab every little piece of it, every little bit of it, and just pull it outside right in front of you. Noticing that as the feeling comes in front of you as opposed to inside you, it already changes because it's something that you're looking at as opposed to something that you're experiencing. So hold that feeling in a nice tight fist right in front of you, or wherever you have it is fine as long as it's outside of your body. Pay attention to the things that make that feeling in your hand what it is. And if you were to think of what shape that feeling would be, imagine what shape it could be. And if you don't know, that's okay. Just allow your unconscious to provide you with the answers, because your unconscious knows. And if you were to think about what texture would it be? That shape that you have in your hand, that shape that represents those negative feelings. Would it be slick? Would it be fuzzy? Would it be rough? Holding on to that shape, noticing that texture, you might notice what temperature that shape is in. And as you do that, you may even begin to see what color that shape is. And as you look at that shape, notice the texture, and you notice the temperature, and you pay close attention to the color. You might also notice that as it's in your hand, it's either a really hard object, or a soft object, or a slimy object. It has that quality. And as you look at that shape in your hand, with that negative texture and the negative temperature and the negative feelings all attached to it, imagine, if you could, that you're bringing your other hand right to it, and you're starting to mold that shape into a shape that would allow you to feel so good about what you previously thought was so impossible, and now you find how easy it is. So as you mold that shape in your hand, you might change it into a different shape, a shape that you like more, a shape that would allow you to feel so good. And as you do that, you may notice that the temperature can change. Maybe you can put it under some water and change the temperature, make it either hotter or colder, depending on what it is that would make you feel so amazing. And even if you don't know, just trust your unconscious, because your unconscious knows the answer. Just allow it to provide you the answer about what temperature would really make you feel fantastic about this object. And as you've done that, and you've changed the temperature, and you've changed the shape, imagine if you could rub that texture off, or put some texture on, in a way that would allow you to feel so amazing instead. So that as you change the texture on that shape, you can begin to notice how everything has changed, and how easy it has been to really scramble those feelings that you used to have into something that now is completely unrecognizable. And as a last step to this process, imagine if you could pick any color that would give you just great feelings about this. What color would that be? If you could choose any color that would allow you to feel so amazing about what you previously thought was so impossible to feel amazing about, what color would that be? And allow yourself, by whatever means you need to, change the color now to something that will help you feel so good. And as you hold that completely new shape in your hand, imagine putting it right back in your body. And you can put it in a different place if it will allow you to feel better, or you can put it in the same place, knowing that all the feelings have already changed. So as I count to 3, 1, you can imagine, bring your hand right to that spot that will help you feel good. 2, putting that shape right back. And 3, allowing that shape that now feels so amazing to just explode inside. So that when it explodes, it travels through your body and it just helps you feel so amazing. It brings back all those great feelings that being in that positive mental state, that peak state brings you. So that that shape has forever changed and it can no longer ever bother you again. Now in a moment, I'll begin counting from 1 to 5, and when I get to 5, you'll be fully awake, feeling refreshed, relaxed, alert, feeling fantastic, having experienced some amazing changes today. But before I do that, I'm going to leave you in silence for just another 30 seconds or so. So you can allow all these great feelings to internalize. All these great ideas of the seed of mindfulness that you've planted. All these great, amazing feelings of having achieved what you've achieved through that mirror. And knowing that that negative feeling can never be the same. And as you sit there so comfortable, just allow that energy that we drain from your muscles to sort of come back up and fill your muscles back up. Recharged, feeling amazing. Giving yourself permission to detach from the outcome and giving your unconscious permission to remind you of the color green. You can think of anything green and it easily brings back to your mind those amazing feelings, that great peak state. So that any time that you see the color green, it can be just as powerful or more as going, yes, yes, and getting into that peak state. And you'll notice that your unconscious will help you remember on its own. In fact, you don't even have to think about it at all. You may just notice when things are flowing right, when things are going your way, and you may catch yourself succeeding and go, wow, that really just happened. I didn't even notice that consciously, but it happened. Because all these things are there for the taking. All these opportunities are there for the taking. All you have to do is become mindful and become aware of them. Now, I'll begin counting from 1 to 5. And when I get to 5, you'll be fully awake, feeling refreshed, relaxed, alert, feeling fantastic. 1. Letting all those feelings and all those things that you've learned to internalize inside so that they can become a part of you and that seed can become a seedling and a plant and grow into a beautiful, strong tree. Something that has such a deep foundation inside of you that it can bear fruit, that it can flower, that it can easily take you through the rest of your life as you grow with that tree, becoming stronger, becoming better, every day in every way. 2, feeling a nice rush of energy flow from the tips of your toes all the way up to your knees, to your hips, to your shoulders, all the way up to the top of your head. 3, filling up your lungs with energy-giving oxygen, taking a really nice deep breath, allowing all your organs to revitalize and to come back to life. Taking a nice deep breath and noticing that your heart rate can return to normal, your muscles can return to normal with all the energy. 4, feeling just so amazing, being ready to open your eyes on 5, and then 5, eyes open, wide awake, feeling fantastic. Welcome back. You have a good trip?
Yes.
Yeah. Fantastic. So, what we did is something that is very simple, but it's something that can have a profound impact if you're just mindful. So if you cultivate that seed that we planted, if you remember to just water it every once in a while, it will become what you used to do. Yeah, it will become unconscious competence, and that's what we're going for. Something that you don't have to make the effort to stay in state, you're just in state. Yeah? Something that you don't have to make the effort to dissociate and go, whoa, this client is really giving me these negative feelings. You're able to stay present and go, I understand your feelings, but I don't have to let them control me. Right? Here are my good feelings I need to give to you because obviously you need them. Right? Allows you to step out of that comfort zone because you're in state, because you're feeling so good that it's like, bring it on. Right? Alright, how's everybody feeling?
Awesome.
Good? Alright, wake up! Wake up! I'll turn this thing up. Yay! Welcome back. Alright, time travelers, I want to ask you a question. How long do you think that was?
An hour.
Yeah, I feel like 3 hours.
Yeah? Okay. What do you think?
Me?
Well, I mean, you were awake the whole time. We were just sitting there watching back. Yeah.
I wasn't awake.
Well.
You actually did put me in a little bit of a sleep for about maybe
Yeah?
5 minutes.
Who was snorting back there?
That was me.
Yeah. I think you were just laying back and it's like. Yeah.
Like woke me up. I was like, oh.
So, how was your experience? Somebody just throw something on me, something that you got. You got here very late. I don't even know your name. I'm sorry.
I'm Quinn.
Quinn and Juan.
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you. So, throw some things that you can cling on to, that you know for a fact that you can go, well, I can use that.
Well, I love the fact that you planted a seed of mindfulness because that's what I've really been attracting in my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I've been kind of off of my time management skills lately. And thank you.
You're welcome. I'm glad you made it.
Yeah.
Glad you made
5 minutes.
it.
I already took something.
Yeah, it was awesome. Well, the seed of mindfulness is something that's been so powerful for me. You know, from the moment I learned about mindfulness about a year ago, it just got me to go, oh, wait a minute. Doesn't sound so bad. You know, all I have to do is really sit and think for a moment. Okay, I can do that. You know, like something negative is happening. Okay, you know, instead of reacting and getting so pissed off and so mad about things, just go, oh, back up. Is it really that bad? No. You know, it really isn't. And a lot of times that's really helped. It's helped me a lot. So cool. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed that. Any other thoughts? You wanna come up and?
You're good for now. You're good. I'm enjoying
Yeah,
it.
yes, I am.